Hunter?
Gracie and Caden, thanks. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, and like you said, a couple of championship teams actually. Tech State men's and women's indoor track team both swept the entirety of the Sun Belt Conference postseason. Seniors Melanie Duran of the women and Aiden Hayes of the men's team were both named Field Performers of the Year, respectively. Head coach John Fraser was named both men and women's Coach of the Year. This marks the first time in the team's history both men and women's has won in the same year. Texas State baseball is off to a hot start to 2026, sitting 12-4 through their first 16 games. The Bobcats have yet to lose a series, beating the likes of Washington State and Gonzaga, both future Pac-12 opponents. They played a combined total of 34 runs in the 4-game series versus Washington State. Safe to say the offense was firing on all cylinders. Conference play starts this weekend for the Bobcats. They will head into Louisiana Monroe to play the Warhawks in a 3-game series. Bobcat softball starts conference play this week. They hosted Tarleton State over the weekend, but we weren't very good hosts. Gracie Fabella was there. The 2026 season for Tech State basketball has come to an end after both men's and women's teams lost in the first round of the Sun Belt Conference Championship. The women's teams didn't fare so well over the course of this year's campaign, going 11-19 and losing to South Alabama in the tournament. They have since parted ways with longtime head coach Zenere Antoine after 15 years. The men went 19-13, going an astounding 16-1 at home in San Marcos. Unfortunately, Southern Miss got the best of them in the first round of the tournament, winning 77-81. Like you said, a lot going on. I can't wait till we start Pac-12 play in July. That's it for me. Back to you.
I'm Hunter Mancuso. State lawmakers had a contentious fight over hemp products last year, including a rare disagreement between Governor Greg Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. We've been showcasing Bobcat sports for you this semester: basketball, softball, baseball. But last week, Texas State made history at a game. Not on the field, up in the broadcast booth. Caden Besant and I got an up-close look at the first ever Bobcat baseball broadcast in Espanol. History was made at Tech State University during a midweek baseball game against the UT-RGB Vaqueros. The School of Journalism and Mass Communication partnered with World Languages and Literatures and Texas State Global to bring the university's first ever Spanish language broadcast to KTSW. We spoke with a SJMC professor who played a key role in making the broadcast happen.
This is historic, and frankly, I'm thrilled and also a bit nervous. I was asked by my chair, Judy Oskam, if I'm interested in doing it, and I said, yeah. I don't mind rolling the dice every now and then. I said, let's do it. You know, one of the things that we do here at Texas State really well is called experiential learning. We do all these wonderful things in the classroom, but then we take the students and put them out in the field. And that's exactly what this is.
For many of the faculty and students involved, it was their first time going live on air, opening the door for more opportunities in future Spanish language broadcasts.
It's an amazing opportunity. I've watched baseball for about half my life, and I don't know, I just feel like it's a great bridge to cross to just have English and Spanish as a broadcast at State University.
During the fifth inning, Tech State President Kelly Damphus joined the broadcast, spending part of his birthday in a live interview. He's hopeful this won't be the last Spanish language broadcast at Texas State.
And I would like to see every game, and not just baseball. I think our soccer team, I think there's a lot of interest in soccer, and I would love to see our football games broadcast, and not just radio, but also in television as well, in Spanish as well, because we think a lot of people in Texas would like to fall in love with Texas State, and what better way to do that than through athletics, and be able to listen to it in your own mother tongue.
Texas State student Jesse Ramos, a Spanish major, says he hopes to be part of more broadcasts in the future.
I had no experience with broadcasting before, but I felt like making the opportunity mine, and so I did. Moving forward, I want to see if this opportunity can keep going for other sports like soccer, football, maybe even swimming. Any other sport, any would be an amazing opportunity to be able to broadcast it in Spanish.
This next Spanish language broadcast is scheduled for late April, and there's a possibility it may just be the beginning. For months, a student has been inviting other students to join him at the climbing wall in the rec, but all along, the plan has been for him to climb with K-Damp. Well, this was no April Fool's joke. It finally happened. Reporter Lillian Nichols got over there.